I guess we can briefly talk about the Ahsoka trailer that came out probably 4 days ago now. Monday? No. What day did it come out? Monday, Wednesday,
2 days
Tuesday,
ago, Tuesday maybe. I don't remember, but
Tuesday
either
maybe.
way, hype.
Well, what's your impression?
My impression is really good. It looks excellent. It looks like they're doing a lot of nods to Rebels, which I still need to watch.
Yeah, a ton.
A lot of cool shot comparisons. Looks like there'll be a lot of lightsaber fighting, which is great. I think that's going to help with the excitement of the show. It looks really well put together. The cinematography looks like it's going to be really good. The effects and all that. And they didn't give too much away either, which I think is cool. Also, we get a first actual look at Thrawn, which I think was amazing. And I think overall it's just a hype trailer. It just looks, I think, really solid. What did you think?
I'm like I've said before, I'm trying so hard to like emotionally distance myself from the show as much as possible because I have expectations and there are certain things I want to see them do. So I'm trying to keep my emotions in check for the most part. That being said, I thought the trailer was pretty cool. I was kind of sad though because the character that really has my intrigue right now is Ray Stevenson's character, which is
Yeah.
Balin Skull, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Him and then his apprentice Shin Hati, I think is her name. They seem like really interesting characters to me. I really liked how they opened the trailer with his voiceover, and then it goes to he says, "We are no Jedi," and then he stabs the guy through the stomach.
Yeah.
Like, all right, okay, I can dig that. So I was a little sad because knowing that he suddenly passed away, this is going to be his last acting credit. So I'm really sad to know that. That character looks really cool. It is so weird for me because I'm so attached to like all these characters in animation, like Ahsoka, Hera, Chopper, Sabine, Ezra. Like the adjustment for me going from animation to live action, I think it's gonna be a hoop that I have to jump through. I'm so nervous about Rosario's performance as Ahsoka because every scene that we've seen her act in, like up until this point, or the bits that they have shown, they've all been like very reserved, very controlled. So I'm just interested to see how she's going to take the character in different places emotionally. The actor for Ezra seems spot on. When I heard him
Yeah.
talking in like that little hologram, I was like, oh my God, that is so Ezra. Like the
Yeah.
voice. So I think they did that really, really well. There's a couple things in the trailer. I was like, what is going on here? They have like this implied relationship that exists, or this master Padawan relationship that exists between like Sabine and Ahsoka that wasn't there at all in Rebels. That being said, like I bet that there was a big timeline jump and maybe, like they formed a master Padawan kind of relationship in the time that we didn't see those characters. There was also like some stuff that people were nitpicking on, like Sabine isn't a force sensitive character, but in the trailer they make her seem like she's force sensitive. I don't know. Again, like I'm keeping this all at like arm's length. So I'm trying to go into the series with like an open mind and not trying not to think too much about it. But just from watching that trailer, I'm like, oh my God, please be good because this looks good. But
Yeah.
we've been tricked before. So
We have been tricked before. I think it'll be good. I based on this trailer, I think I had a lot of people message me too on like Instagram being like, I know you love Star Wars, this looks great. I'm like, yeah, it does. I think it looks very entertaining at the very least. You know what I mean? So I think that's a positive. Having lightsaber stuff will be awesome. That's kind of like brand new. You know what I mean? These
the
new characters,
lightsaber
Balin
combat
and
looks
Shin.
really good.
Yeah, it does. So I feel really good. I think it was a really solid trailer. Whoever put it together did an excellent job. And again, they didn't do too much of giving anything away. They get you hyped for some of these characters. The Balin guy does look awesome. It will. You did bring up a good point though, which is like how will Rosario Dawson portray Ahsoka in this stage of her life? Yeah, that could be really great, or it could be like maybe
Really controlled.
yeah, like not because I'm used to like Clone Wars Ahsoka, who's a bit more bubbly, Ashley Eckstein voice, a little immature at points, which is part of her character arc, right? Is like a newer Padawan and comes to be who she is in the season 7 of Clone Wars, and then obviously with Rebels. So like, I wonder how much of that we'll see and how much of that Rosario Dawson will take into account for like her portrayal of the character, or if she's going to try to do something totally different and new. So we'll see. We will see how that ends up going, but it looks good. Like the way that it's shot doesn't look fan filmy at all. It looks
Yeah.
very grand. You know what I mean? Like it looks like they're going to really go all out for it and do some cool new stuff that your average, like casual Star Wars fan probably hasn't seen. So
There's
I'm going into it the same way you are. I'm like, all right, it looks good, but I will, reserve my judgment until the whole show is finished and I've seen what they're trying to do. But the fact that Filoni is as involved as he is gives me good hope.
it did motivate me to give you a list of essential Rebels episodes though, because like there's some really specific stuff in the trailer. Like, she's at this Jedi temple in the trailer, which I think is the opening shot of the show. I'm like 99% sure that's what it is. And it looks like they might tie into like the Mortis arc in Clone Wars. That comes back in Rebels. And Ahsoka's connection to the daughter comes back in Rebels. So I'm kind of anxious for you to like get into that, and especially seeing like where, they had that shot in the trailer where Sabine is cutting her hair off. I think, is that a Chinese or a Japanese tradition? I don't know what that's called, but like it's like you're being reborn. That's like symbolism for like being reborn. It's something that like Kanan did in Star Wars Rebels. When she has her short purple hair, like that is a callback to the ending of Star Wars Rebels. That connects directly to it. So I'm just like anxious for you to see what Rebels set up and then maybe get your impression of that trailer based on what has happened in Rebels.
Okay. Yeah, send me over a list of some of that stuff. I'd love to check it out.
Yeah. But I mean, like, honestly, positive vibes only, trying to keep my distance. I'm just anxious for it to get here, like.
I know. Well, we're only a month and a week out. So
roughly.
It's quickly approaching. So all of our questions will be answered soon enough. Are they doing a 2-episode premiere?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. That will be good. I don't mind the 2-episode premieres. I'm always a fan of like, hey, just make the first episode way longer. I mean, I get why they do it, but like having the Andor 3-episode premiere was like too much. That's where I draw the line. That's too many episodes to watch at once. I'm also anxious to see the length of these episodes.
What do you think they're going to be like Mando?
I hope they're 40 minutes at least. Please. You need time to develop characters, and especially in a world like this, you can't rush through stuff. You have to be thorough and intentional. And having a 30-minute episode is just not. It's not good for Star Wars, in my opinion. And for any really good TV show these days, like, dude, you can keep people's attention. I'm watching Succession right now. I'm late to the party, but I'm watching that right now, and those episodes are like an hour, most of them, and it's way less exciting stuff than Star Wars, like in terms of, it's obviously not a sci-fi show. It's based on like the politics of a very rich family and how they interact. But it's interesting. Like the dialogue is all really, it's good that it's an hour. I like sitting there knowing that I'm in my seat for an hour and I can just absorb and watch and let go. If you're watching a 30-minute show, you're like, okay, I can't, it's hard to get as into it, It's hard to get the momentum going.
I think the length, it's going to depend on like how that, honestly, I'm really impressed with how efficient like Rebels was with the storytelling. Like they had more of a story arc in relation to a main cast than Clone Wars, because Clone Wars was about like these bite-sized stories, whereas Rebels was about a main cast of characters that you're following each week. I think the writing team and Filoni did a really good job of being super efficient with that time, because Rebels episodes were anywhere from like 20 minutes to 25.
Yep.
And some of them didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see how well they're going to flow too.
And like understanding what their
story point,
understanding what their plan is. Like, are they planning on doing a season 2? You'll be able to see that pretty quickly if there's a grand idea of like, you don't have to have all seasons planned out because we don't know if the show's going to get renewed, but you can at least lay these bricks for like different things that we could explore if there is a season 2. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's just a limited series. Maybe they just do one season. Maybe that's all they wanted. I doubt it. I doubt they're going into it like that, but they might be. So I'm interested to see how they connect everything and how they set it up.
Structure it, how that's going to look. But
yeah,
I am anxious to get into it. I'm definitely going to watch some Rebels before that show comes into full swing. But from watching the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm trying to control my excitement, but there were some things in there that did really, get me pumped up. So
yeah, for sure. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you're looking forward to. Anything in the trailer that you thought was awesome. Super excited to see Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn. Super excited to see Ray Stevenson. Super excited to see what Rosario Dawson does. I just think it looks like new, fresh Star Wars content that we need.